Hey guys, Bob Taylor with the iMusicAcademy. We're going to do a quick blues lick and tip. We're currently doing a 5-week course. It's a free course for anybody who has the bundle. We're on session number 16 of our blues course in all keys. So we're taking blues example 1. We're doing all the licks. This week we had 2 licks. We had the C6 lick and we had this idea. And what this does is holds the top note while using the tritone. I'm going to explain this lick. I'm going to show you how to play it, and I'm also going to give you a couple tips of how we visualize this lick so that you can play it in all keys. If you would, go ahead and like that video if you're enjoying this kind of content. I have tons of free content. We have a store, iMusicAcademy.com. You can always get help support the channel that way, but mainly I just love to hear from you guys, and like the video and comment if you would, if you're enjoying this kind of content. So here we go. What we're doing on this lick is we need to know our C major scale: C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C. I said B flat, B, C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I'm thinking of a mixolydian scale there. Okay, so we need to know our numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to first go ahead and get our triad. We've been working on this. This should be pretty easy for you guys. How do you visualize the tritone? The tritone is the sharp 4 away, and we're looking for this note right here. So I go a half step down from my G note, and there's the tritone along with the C, which is already on the top. So in this lesson, you're going to hammer on 2 to 3 and the 1. That's the first part of the lick. 1 triplet, or I like to say 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then. In this lick, I'm actually thinking in triplets the whole way. 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then. So the first part of the lick is very simple. You're just doing 2, 3, 1. So 2, 3, 1, F sharp, G to C, 1 and then. And now I'm going to visualize going down a half step with my index finger, and now I'm on the 4th note and the root note of a C major. And notice how easy it was for me to get from here to here. 1 and then I'm on F and C, and I hold that note. I go down to the octave down there with the C below, and I go minor third to major third. This is a slide key, so we slide from the minor third to the major third, and then I hit the root again. 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then. In my left hand, I'm just doing a very simple bass line right now, just C to G and C to A in quarter notes. 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4. So a couple things to think through. As I do 1 and then 2, I'm on the downbeat of 2. When I get on the downbeat of 2, I'm going to go C and A. Listen to this. 1 and then 2 and then 3. So when I'm on beat 3, I'm also on a downbeat with the C and G, and my 3rd note of the major scale is on the downbeat. 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then. The great thing about this is I have 2 specific fingerings for all keys. And not only this example, but all the examples in Blues Volume 1 require 2 different fingerings. There may be a few exceptions, but for the most part, you're either doing a slide key or a hammer-on key. If I'm in the key of D flat, for instance, I'll just go ahead and teach this really quickly just to show you the concept. But the first thing I would want to know is my D flat major scale, which we've been practicing in every key. We're learning how to spell scales up and down, but also it helps us understand if I'm in D flat and I think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I think there's my triad. Well, what did we just say we're going to do? Go down a half step from your 5th note of the triad, and there's your triad right now, and now you're already on your way to playing in D flat. So there's my triad and my root on top, or sorry, my tritone and my root on top, and there is my octave lower. That's the first part. And then what did I say you're going to do? You're going to go down a half step, so now you're on F sharp. then when I get down here, I'm going to do a little different fingering. We have 3 or 4 different fingerings in this course that we've been doing, but I'm going to give you a simple one. It's just 2, 3, 1. So you're actually going to pick up from the D flat, and you're going to give me 2, 3, 1, which is a hammer-on fingering from the minor third to the major third and the root. I go minor third to major third. So my left hand, I'm going to go root 5th, root 6th. Now you see how easy that was for me to, if I know my D flat scale, and I can think, oh, there's my triad, and I'm going to go a half step down from the 5th. Now I'm already on the at the tritone going up to the 5th, and then my roots at the bottom. And then I go down another half step, and I'm on the second part of the lick, which is the 4th note and the root. And the last part is to go visualize down a whole step, and then to the major third. Let me go back to C and demonstrate it one more time. There's C triad, and I'm going to go up or down a half step from the 5th note. There we go. That's first part. It's the second part. I went down a half step, and then I went down a whole step and up to the third. Now, the 4 chord of a simple C blues is F. It's the exact same fingering. How did I get there so quickly? Because I know my F major scale, and I know the triad 1, 3, 5, and all I'm going to do is go to my 5th note, down by a half step. There we are, boom, and I hammer on 2, 3, 5. I'm sorry, 2, 3, 1. Now I go down a half step from where I was, and I go down a whole step and up to the major third. G major, same thing. I have to know my G major scale, and I know 1, 3, 5 of G major scale with the 1 on top. How do I find that tritone? There's my 5th note of the G major scale. I'm going to go down a half step with my index finger, go down another half step, go down a whole step. So by repeating these exercises or these licks, you start to really, not only you visualize it, but you start to hear it. And you get used to this sound, and now you're hammering on, doing bluesy licks in any key. And I promise you guys can do this. So I'm going to give you just tell you a little bit about this course that we've been doing. I still have the Blues Volume 1 on sale. It's like $42.99, and I want you to know what you get, because people are still signing up for it. Is you get all 3 of my blues courses. It's tons of video on every lick, right? You have videos from Vimeo that are hosted, and sheet music for every lick that we do in each course, and all the fingerings are written out, all the notation is there. But I had this idea is I didn't want people to just buy my courses. I want to make sure people are really taking them through all the keys and building up a blues vocabulary. So I said, all right, if you have the blues lick blues bundle, and normally they're $24.99 each, I said for all of them it's just $42.99. And you also get my Easy Jazz course, which actually complements, it's great to go along with the jazz courses. The blues and the jazz work really well together. So I said, look, join this free group if you have the bundle already. And for the last 4 weeks, and we have 1 more week to go, we're taking 2 licks from Blues Volume 1 every week, and we take it through 3 keys a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then we're done with all of our keys, but we still have other videos that I do in live sessions just to encourage people to continue practicing those specific licks in all keys. If you just now signed up, we had about 7 or 8 people sign up within the last 10 days, and even though we were on the 3rd week. But the great thing is you join our group and you still have access to all the videos we've done, from the first example all the licks and all the keys. So we're currently on licks number 7 and 8, but it's a really cool group. We have 37 people that are in the group now. And I also do tons of videos from all of the other courses that I've created, the Blues Volume 2, Blues Volume 3, and even Blues Volume 4, which I've done all the music for. I just haven't filmed it yet because I've been working on with this student group. But again, the reason I said, all right, I want you guys to get the bundle because, one, I believe it does give you a lot of really cool, valuable licks that I think you'll be able to incorporate and then make your own into your it just really helps you to have a blues vocabulary. So you have access to everything, but also, this is important to say, it's like a family kind of atmosphere with these guys and girls. They're supporting each other. I have students that are making backing tracks for us, even some helpful sheet music for us. So it's been really cool. We also did 22 videos before I even launched this course. That is a playlist in its own. If you get the blues volume, the 3-volume thing, I still have it on sale, $42.99 for a little while longer. You get access to everything, and you immediately get in our private group, and you get access to all of those videos as well. I just want to encourage you to learn about transposition, whether or not you do it from me or somebody else, but you can do it. It's just about learning how to do it, okay? So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope it encourages you to learn your major scales, right? And then you start building your vocabulary, and just know that any lick that you can play in C, you can play in any key. It's just you have to know the fingerings and how to do it, and also the theory behind it. Like what I just did there, I was thinking, okay, C major, I know that scale. And now I'm going to go up to the 4th note, the 6th note, and so whatever key I'm in, I know my G major triad. I'm going to go up to the next notes, and now I'm on 1, 5, flat 7 of a G major. Okay, I know B flat triad. Now I'm on the E flat chord, and that's my 1, 5, flat 7. So anything that I can do, you guys can do, and maybe many of you can play a lot better than me. But the main thing is that you have fun, and I thank you for all of your support at iMusicAcademy. We're growing fast. Appreciate all the likes and the comments. Have an awesome night, and I'll see you guys.